Hello everyone, I'm gonna give a brief information about carbon footprint as request from Dionys, and maybe you have some questions what you're gonna do in your mind, so it's gonna be clear after the video. And we can learn more about carbon footprint by sending the link so they can learn more about and do the activities on their own, and you can be just mentor for them. So let's start with what is carbon footprint and how are we gonna deal with it. So a carbon footprint refers to the total amount of greenhouse gases produced directly or indirectly by human activities. So each person, each individual has their own carbon footprint. And you already know what happens when we increase the greenhouse gases, and we have talked about it a lot. So our daily life is crucial, so we should minimize our carbon footprint, not only uh, us, but also our parents, our friends. We must convince them to uh, to eat more green food or to use much more public transportation, blah blah. And um, reducing them, reducing our carbon footprint helps slow down climate change. And it comes from how we travel and how we eat, how we use energy. And everyone adds to the problem in small ways. So when we um, start with small actions, our impact could be much better and the life will be much better place for us to survive. So sources of carbon emissions, so they usually come from our daily activities. Uh, for example, transportation, as I said before, agriculture, waste management, deforestation, energy production, industry, and manufacturing. However, industry and manufacturing is the most harmful as chemicals, but also the other transportation, which we pollute the air, and also agriculture using pesticides and cutting down the trees as deforestation, energy production, which we don't use solar panels or wind energy or using lots of electrical devices. Even AI has a big impact in climate change, increasing the our carbon footprints. So what happens in transportation? So if you live close by your school, so you can ride your bicycle or you can prefer walking or using the public transport, and also turn off the lights and electronics when you don't use it to save energy. So it's usually, how am I gonna impact the environment? It's a kind of saying, but indeed, it also saves the environment, but also it also decreases your bills, and it gives another contribution to your uh, family budget. And limit air travel when possible. Choose alternatives like video meetings, and that's why we're having a virtual mobility for Estonia. So we are trying to minimize our carbon footprint by using these tools as online meetings and online activities. And energy efficiency at home, at shops, at school, wherever, and unplug electronics when not in use. So when you go to bed, so it's better if you unplug it or if you press the off button. So it's really important for your house safety. also, and improve insulation and ventilation. So when it is hot, especially in summer, it's very hot, and instead of using air conditioner, you can find other ways, or go to forest, or go somewhere where has shadow. And also insulation keeps the indoor temperature stable and reduce energy demand. So it's even a bit expensive, but most people you insulates their house, and it's good for heating fast, and also cooling the house fast, and use energy efficient lighting and also appliances. So it's also common. As I said before, it's good for your family budget also. And food choices and sustainability. We If you prefer eating more vegetables, more green products such as salad instead of meat, it's good. And also use eating local products. And when they when you eat winter products, winter crops in winter time, and in summer you prefer eating summer crops, so it also gives you possibility to decrease your carbon footprint and reduce food waste. So in the past, maybe they still do, but in the past it was a rule. You need to finish what you have in your plate. And when I was a kid, my mom used to say, "Oh, it's gonna run after you when you don't finish. So it's gonna cry when you don't finish." So when you don't finish what you have in your plate, so the world will cry. We can say we can change the subject in other words, and when you throw them into the rubbish, so it's again a kind of waste, and also um, separating them in rubbish is also making another trouble issue. And choose local and seasonal food. I told you just 2 minutes ago. And eat more plant-based meals, as I said before, and choose food from good farms. So if you have a small area, maybe just 200 meters square, or um, just your garden, if you grow your own vegetables or your own crops, so it's good for your health, and also it's good for the environment and for the world also. So uh, while you are farming in your garden or in your field, so you help protecting the natural resources and improve soil health, and reduces the use of chemicals, contribute to the pollution. But again, while growing your products, please avoid using pesticides. And waste reduction and recycling. So if you use separated rubbish cartons or rubbish boxes, so they help you to uh, decrease your carbon footprint also. Reducing waste helps limit carbon emission by preventing harmful gases from landfill and also incineration. And recycling cuts the need and for new raw materials. And composting reduces methane from organic waste. Reusing item lovers, which we talked about it a lot in Netherlands, lowers the production of energy and avoiding single-use products, and helps minimize overall environmental impact. So all shopping styles and all consumptions are directly bound with your consuming. So supply and support. So you need to, if you buy it them less, so they will supply it less. So it's again about reusing, recycling, upcycling, like this. Recycling reduces the need for extracting and processing raw materials, as for the factories, and avoiding single-use products limits unnecessary carbon output. Reusing items extends their lifespan and reduces production energy, and composting organic waste keeps it out of landfills and lowers methane emissions. And sustainable consumption, sustainable lifestyle is very important issue for Europe and for everyone in the world as global citizens. So we must use our resources in limited way to decrease our carbon footprint, and we must being mindful for our daily choices. And also when we buy something, when we use something, when we turn off something, when we turn on something, when we use the water, so they are all connected to each other. So if we are responsible citizens, if we are responsible European citizens or European um, clients, and also being responsible makes the thing for the environment much better. And feeling guilty when you waste lots of water, when you waste lots of energy, lots of electricity, so they're all connected to each other. So we must reshape our shopping habits and lifestyle, and reducing our wastes to have much healthier life, and also much refreshing weather and refreshing environment. So role of renewable energy is also very important. As we talked in Portugal and Netherlands, we they are very important. If you have solar panels or um, wind energy in your area, or geothermal, what else? So using them effectively are also another issue that we must urge. Even if you have friends, or if you have acquaintances from municipality, or who are at the bureaucratic level, so you can also talk to them and persuade them to make renewable energy more common and more in your area to help environment. So you can also do other activities um, to urge people to be more sustainable. For example, you can support community cleanup, recycling events. We talked about them in Netherlands a lot. And participate in tree planting activities and urban gardening and composting groups, promote environmental education in local schools and centers. For example, you are lower secondary school, or um, just secondary school, but if you have an activity with the kids, with primary school students, or with your relatives, what else, with the municipality, so it will be a really enjoyable activity for you also. So you can make composting together, or recycling, or second hand clothes exchange. What else? They're all up to you. Or you can just make a poster and paste it in front of the shopping mall, and you say recycling, upcycling is important. So we should start it. It's just a slogan about it's important, and it's just one small step that you can do, and it can make a big impact even. And their environment is ours. So we must be respectful and we must be responsible for that. And individual impact and responsibility are on us. So you should set small green goals. For example, you can just say, I'm gonna control the classroom slides. So when we go out, I'm gonna be sure it's off. Like this, there could be other creative ideas. And use less energy and water, reduce waste, and inspire others to act. Maybe you can make a theater play, drama in front of your school. So it could be even important, maybe pandemic. So what else? So it's totally up to you, your creativity. So as a conclusion, I want you to call to the action. So you must start something with small activity. So you must create different impacts in your family, in other friends. So even warning somebody in nice way makes you feel more relaxed. Indeed, I did that. I did this for my future. So encourage the people around you to be more responsible for the environment as well. Thank you for your attention. And I want to finish my presentation what we should do for carbon footprint. First of all, I would like to click here and calculate your carbon footprint. And then after that, you will see the results. So after the results, I want you to make an interview with your grandparents or two family members about their ecological habits and lifestyles. And the questions will be here. The questions are here, so you're gonna ask these questions. It could be in your own language also, it could be in English also, so it's totally up to you. And then after that, so I want you to fill in this one. And so you will also make another interview like this. Would you be willing to try walking and cycling instead of using a car for a few days? And can we plan a few vegetarian meals together this week? And after these ones, I want you to write a report. So a report doesn't mean that it must be statistically blah blah blah, but I would like to I would like you to write a paragraph or write a composition. So how did you feel while you were doing this interview? And how did your family members feel? And did they blame themselves or they are so happy that they feel so responsible and they are doing their best for protecting the environment? So it's good for creating conscious, raising awareness in environment. So that's all. So when you finish your report, it could be a presentation, it could be just a paper which you wrote your ideas, your feedback, and so you will give it to your teacher and then we will upload them on our website as well. So thank you. I hope you will enjoy the activity. Indeed, it's a good activity for having a private time with your family members as well. So let's see what's gonna happen and see your carbon footprint. Is it good or is it bad, or you are quite responsible or you are not responsible at all? So let's face the reality. Thank you. Bye bye for now.